Today we're having fun with wow embossing powders and some awesome products from Kat Scrappiness. Hey crafty people, it's Tasha. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button below, and if you hit that bell, you'll get a notification whenever I post a new video. Now, embossing. Embossing is like my most favourite technique. It's like magic to my inner child, and I just love it, and I love WoW products. So when WoW asked me to be a creative guest for their collaboration with Kat Scrappiness, I jumped at the chance. When I was looking through Kat Scrappiness's website, I chose a swatch set. I can't remember the exact name, but I will have everything listed down below. I chose the swatch set because I thought that's the perfect thing for me to swatch out all of my wonderful, beautiful embossing powders so that I can see them. I've got them handy to choose, at a glance what I want. But also, those other different shapes, I thought that would make a really awesome background. So, yeah, as soon as I saw that stamp set and the lacy heart die, that was it. I knew what I wanted, and I was sold. And I knew it was one of those times where you see the card before you've made it, and I loved it. So I started with swatching out some of my new embossing powders. I had got quite a backlog of ones that I hadn't done because I'm lazy, and I just didn't do them when I got them, which I always liked. Like, I should do that as soon as I get it, swatch it. Then it's like a small job that doesn't feel like it's insane, whereas like if I let them build up, then it takes a while. But it does mean that I have all of these beautiful powders to show you, and I wanted to add this footage in because they are gorgeous. I mean, the shine, the sparkle, the everything, and I knew I wanted to use the ruby red with white because I just think that that's just a classic combination. And the Long Island teal stole my heart. Oh my, it is stunning. I'm not even sure that the camera picks up just how stunning this powder is. It's insane. The moment I saw this lacy heart die, I was in love. I knew that I had to have it, and I knew that I had to emboss it, and I knew that it was going to look awesome in glitter. Just yes. So when I want to emboss something really intricate like this, or a big space, I always used to cut it first and then put the embossing on in like a few whatever layers I needed it to, and like that's fiddly. That really is, and my hands struggled with that a lot. But I always felt like I don't want to make a big full panel and cut it out because I think of the waste. This powder's too pretty to waste. And then like I bit the bullet and I tried it, and it uses hardly any. I mean, this powder is ace, and I almost always only ever need one coat to cover a panel. And like, look how big the spaces are that I'm covering there, and look how little of the powder is gone. I mean, they still look full. I do this all the time now. I mean, I make full A2 panels, and use that as a background with just like a simple word dye sentiment or something over the top, because these powders steal the show. And I've never had to replace one of my powders. I mean, I emboss a lot. Like I said, it's my favourite technique. I have never ever had to replace one. You really don't need to worry about running out. Just, yeah, these are incredible value for money, incredible, and yeah, I just love it now. absolutely love it. It was Jenny from JC Cards who actually inspired me to try covering the panels, because she did it and it just always looked so amazing. So I that's why I tried it, and I couldn't believe that it really doesn't. I thought it'd take like half a bottle, but half a thing, but it doesn't at all, nowhere near. So I wanted to show you that, just so that you can see, and hopefully inspire you to give it a go, because I mean, I have got some beautiful cards out of that technique, really beautiful. I wanted to do the 2 cards, so I decided to mix it up a little bit. The Long Island Teal, I cut the top fancy lacy layer out of that and put that onto a white heart, because you get the 2 dies with this set. You get like a heart that's the back, and then you get the lacy layer to put over the top. It's brilliant. So yeah, at Long Island Teal, I did that as a lacy over white underneath, and then when I saw how much like the white you still could see, because I didn't want to do the underneath bit embossing, because I was worried that you wouldn't actually get the impact of that with a white overlay, but I realised like how much of the white you could still see. So that then inspired me to do, for the next one, I did the large background piece, the embossed piece, with the Ruby Romance, that's it. I had to get it out my drawer and check. Ruby Romance as the bottom layer, the heart, and then white £80 as the overlay fancy layer. But I can't remember whether it was 3, I think 3 of them I did, and stacked up, just to get that dimension. I like a stacked die cut. Once I had the 2 hearts put together, I set them aside to work on the backgrounds for my cards. I wanted to go with a white background for the red and white heart, and I went for a darker grey background with the Long Island Teal heart. And yeah, I made the backgrounds out of the swatches. I really loved the different shapes that you get in that set, and the little stamp that's like 3 empty squares in a row. I guess that's obviously used, to be used for like watercolour and stuff and marker swatches, but I just think that's a really cool pattern. So I used my sticky ink again to stamp out a number of those, that like 3 square stamp, along with the little heart that's just a cute that comes in the set. I just stamped them randomly across an A2 panel of Nina £80, and then embossed those with a white pearl powder, so it's like a tone on tone. So for the Long Island Teal, I took the circle, the hollow circle stamp, and the filled in rectangle, and just stamped those randomly across an A2 panel of like a warm grey cardstock, and then I embossed them in one of my one of the new powders that I was swatching out in the beginning. It's called Opaque British Summer, and it's like grey. And it's funny because it's true. And it's so appropriate that, yeah, it just really made me laugh. I love some of the names that they give these powders, but that one, as a Brit, I'm allowed to laugh at how appropriate that is. I embossed those two, heated it up, and then I decided that I wanted to put the heart off the ruby red. I embossed another like a scrap piece with the ruby red, and I die cut the high sentiment out of that. I just really liked, I thought it looks like a Valentine's card, even though it's nowhere near Valentine's. But this year's gone by so fast that apparently I'm still in February, and I'll put it up for next year. So I stamped another little sub sentiment on a strip of red, just a strip of red cardstock that I had, and I stamped that's with the pearl, so like you can see how different it looks. That's white pearl but on red cardstock. I love it. It looks really nice. So I stuck those onto the panel. I die cut the bigger heart shape out of the background panel because I wanted to do it like a die cut inlay technique, so that it was the ruby red background was level with the white background that I'd made, rather than sitting proud of it. So yeah, die cut the heart where I wanted it to go, and then I always, whenever I'm doing something like this and I want it inlay, I just get some printer paper, like copy paper, and I just stick that over the back so that I can glue the pieces together onto that, but that's not going to add any extra bulk when I'm adding it to my card base. So I did that, and then it was then I realised that I had made a bit of a mistake. It was easy to cut through the Long Island teal heart because there was only 2 layers, but I stacked the white layers up on the Ruby Romance heart, and that was way too thick for my paper trimmer. So I had to get out a ruler and pencil and draw the line where it needed to be cut, and then get a metal edged ruler and my craft knife and just work at it the whole way through all those 3 layers, and then the embossed part. I did it, but it wasn't, it was not what I'd say was easy. And yeah, I really wish that I'd thought of where I wanted to put the heart before I stacked up the die cuts, because I could have cut them all then and it would have been so easy. But no, we don't do things that way here. So yeah, I did it. It's okay. We got there. It just took longer than I'd care to admit. Once that was in place, I popped it up on some foam tape onto another A2 card blank, and added some of these other sequins that I had. Again, they're Kat Scrappiness ones. They are beautiful. They are, I'm just getting them out because I can't remember what they're called. They are sparkling clear solid confetti. I love them. They're kind of like akin to the white pearl embossing powder that I've got on the card, so I think that they matched quite well actually. I embossed a stripe of the Long Island teal just because I really wanted some more of that. I just wanted to see it. It's just so beautiful. So I embossed a piece of scrap paper, and then chopped that down. I stuck that across the whole of the card panel and attached the heart on the top, slightly off as I said, and then I just used my paper trimmer to trim the edge of that heart down. That one was easy. I added a sentiment from a little tub that I've got on my desk of pre-printed, pre-stamped sentiments, and then I added some of the shimmering black onyx sequin mix that I had from Kat Scrappiness. They're beautiful. They're like glittery, but the glitter doesn't come off. Amazing. And then I popped that up on foam onto an A2 card base, and that was that one done. And that was it. That was the 2 cards done. It was a bit of a ride, but we got there. And yeah, I still, that heart is just beautiful. I love the swatches. I am going to be using it to swatch out the rest of my inks and finally get them organised. Promise. And yeah, I just want to thank WOW for inviting me to join in on this creative journey. I absolutely loved it, and I'm not gonna lie, the sight of my photo of my makes with a WOW creative guest banner underneath in my name, I liked that. That was exciting. That made me very, very, very happy. So thank you very much to everyone at WOW for having me along for the ride. I appreciated it. I hope that you've all got something to take away from this. I'll have links down below to my blog post with more details on how I made the cards, and the link to the next person in the hop. Don't forget to hop along and comment along the way for the chance to win some prizes from both WOW and Kat Scrappiness. And yeah, have a safe and happy week. Happy crafting. Bye.